She make it clap, clap, clap. She make it clap, clap, clap.
The same curve. I always run over that. Ah! She's not respectable girl. He can get it on. He's got the dong. He's got the dong. He can get it on. Dong.
Wow.
Dong.
Wow.
Hey, my loophole partner and I saw you from across the bar.
You.
This video is going to be my experience at the doctor's. I said I was going to get checked out. I wanted to have some blood work done to see what my, what's it called? Is it HbA? Is it A1C? I'm gonna have my blood work results in this video for you coming soon. We went pretty early in the day.
To save some time, because she's all over the place, what she's saying in the next 50,000 minutes is that she went at around 11:30 a.m. and she went for private healthcare because she found that the public healthcare is the waiting time is too long, and she likes the private healthcare better because she's in and out in like a second. So that's what she said.
So I went to a private clinic and it ended up costing a total of 44 KD. I think 44, 47, I'll have to check. We arrived there. I had been fasting, and I get to the counter and I tell the lady, you know, what I need to. I said I'm kind of dizzy because I've been testing my blood sugars and they've been really high. So she said, okay, well, we have a doctor here who specializes in diabetes and things like that, and it's the internal medicine doctor. So the consultation with the doctor cost 7 KD. We went up to the level where the doctor was, and we were seen pretty much almost immediately. There was not really any wait. The doctor was really nice, really nice, and he had a nurse there, and they took my blood pressure. Now this is something I find a little unbelievable because my blood pressure has never been this low. I was like, you know, they used a really big cuff, and the doctor took my blood pressure, and it was like 110/82. I was like, hey, what? Are you sure? Now maybe because I was fasting, I don't know, but he said that's normal, so that's good. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, right. That was my reaction too. But who am I to argue with the doctor, right? Talked to him for a bit, and then he ordered some blood tests. They picked my finger to take a blood test. It was 23 point something. It's on the results. It was like 23, okay? So that's really high, 23 mmol. So I want to insert the blood work here, the results of the test, and that was requested in the results. I'm gonna blur out private information, obviously, but here you go. I also had to do a urine sample, like, you know, like pee in the little cup thing. We had to wait about an hour, and the results were in just shy of an hour. Took them back to the doctor, who saw us right away, looked at the results, and there was a couple of problems. You know, pancreas, liver, everything he said was fine.
You're a lie. You're a lie.
A1C was 10, so I think 10.1, so that's pretty high. I have to get that down. So they did diagnose me with diabetes officially, even though I knew because my blood sugar levels were so high. And then there's this thing here, it's like MALB, M-A-L-B, which is something in the urine. Apparently the normal range is like 0 to 20, but mine was like 92.
Zim.
So this, he said, had to do with something being in the urine that has to do with eating way too much salt. Salt and certain foods. Immediately after that, he told me to eliminate certain foods, and you guys are going to be keto people, are going to be keto lovers are not going to want to believe this, but this doctor told me to not eat any eggs, red meat, cut that out, eat mostly fish, chicken, and vegetarian, mostly vegetables, like this much, he showed me with the hands, like this much vegetables on your plate, this much for your palm. So you do your this thing with your palm, it shows you how much rice you can eat. So this plus a half of this. So yeah, I can eat that much rice, which I know you guys are gonna be like, what? It raises your glycemic index. I guess mixing it with the vegetables, which have a lot of fiber, kind of slow down the spike of sugar. I don't know. What can I say? I went to a doctor and this is what he told me. Chicken, fish. He wants me to eat fish 3 times a week. Basically, I have to eat very bland, he said, because like the salt level in things, I have to be very, very careful because this can lead to my kidneys were fine now, but this in your urine can lead to kidney problems down the line from eating way too much sodium. Plus, being diabetic can definitely damage your kidneys. So, because I asked him at first, like, how should I be eating, you know, for this? Because should I be eating keto, like very low carb? And he said no, like really right away, like no, don't do keto. It's very unhealthy. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, he's like, you can eat carbs, but limit them and make them like healthy carbs, you know, like whole grain. You can have 1 slice of whole grain toast a day kind of thing. Like something really good for breakfast would be whole grain toast with some beans or something. But fruit, I can have very like a limited amount, maybe like 1 pear, half of a, you know, whatever, an apple, but like wait a couple of days for my blood sugars to regulate. So because he's put me on medication, I'll get to that in a minute. It was a pretty decent experience. Like, you know, I felt well taken care of. It was affordable in my opinion. I mean, kinda, you know. After my blood test and everything, he ordered a shot of insulin to try to bring the sugar down. And I went down to the nursing station and they picked my arm with an injection of insulin. I don't know how much, but I don't know. I don't think it worked because I took my blood in the evening. And I mean, I was like fasting for a few hours because I had some chicken and a few vegetables for lunch at around 1:30. I didn't eat anything. And because he was like, I want you to be on like a regimen. I'm kind of all over the place. I'm like remembering tidbits of information and I'm really tired because it's late. But he's like, I want you to eat between 7 and 9 a.m. for breakfast, never skip breakfast, noon to, you know, around 12 to 1 for lunch, and then dinner no later than 8 p.m. Like finish all your eating by 8 p.m. or so, and then don't eat again until the next day. After my lunch, I just didn't, I slept for a while and didn't feel like, you know, cooking anything, and now it's like kind of too late, so I have to wait till the morning. My blood sugar, when I tested it not long ago, like maybe an hour ago, and it's like maybe 11 at night, it was 239, like the same. Now insulin takes a while to work, right? I mean, it's not just 1 injection. I don't know. So maybe what I had for dinner, I don't know. For lunch, I'm not sure. Maybe my pancreas is just damaged and I'm eventually going to need to be on insulin. I don't know. I hope not. I have to go back on Monday for a follow-up and I have to record my blood sugars before I go. You know, he put me on, my medication's in the other room, but he put me on like something that's like sort of like metformin, but it's not. It's like a mix of diabetic drugs. And he put me on some kind of other pill that's gonna like, it's like a blood pressure pill, but it's like, he said sort of just like a just in case kind of thing for it's supposed to like help with the sodium level in my urine. I don't know how, but that's pretty much, I'm trying to think if I'm forgetting anything. I don't think so. Pretty much my visit from start to finish at the private clinic here. But that's my experience with the healthcare in Kuwait, and this is definitely, was not fun. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I got asked if I was pregnant there. And I was just like, I understand that because like women my age and typically with a large belly, they probably are most of the times pregnant here, but they were really nice. And but it's not fun being in another country, and I'm supposed to be like living up my life, you know, because I'm not getting any younger, and when I get too old, you know, won't be able to do any of these things. So I want to do things now. So I have to focus on my health journey. I think if I ate something really bad for me, I would feel so guilty and scared of what it's doing to my body. And then I think of like the sub I ate with all the salty processed meat on it. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I was doing, but I don't want to hear people like berating the doctor I saw because he's a doctor. You know, most people online are not. And I know he's gonna get a lot of backlash for telling me not to do keto because people who are like, you know, like, well, I lost this much weight and I've never felt healthier, blah, blah, blah. I don't know. I'm going to follow what this doctor says, and that's it. So, anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.